Guten Morgen
Hallo.
nach Österreich.
Guten Morgen.
Good morning
Good
or
morning.
good afternoon to Malaysia. Maybe best to continue in English as our experts are all not German speaking. I'm very happy to have this opportunity to open this quite special format for us. Not only a normal webinar, but an online discussion on the MS Teams platform. And I really am confident that this will be a very interesting platform in order to exchange knowledge and to give all of you the possibility to ask questions, to give input as well as just to listen if you want. Yeah, as you know it now with also many different virtual calls you have in the past. Well, we have this pleasure to have three very good speakers in order to give us insights about Malaysia's transformation into a high-tech industrialized nation, the challenges and the opportunities, which is always the crucial part of a lot of sectors. I do not want to take too much before we start with the moderated discussion, but what I would like to mention is, on the one hand side, to let you know that we have a strong focus to bring in Austrian know-how in the field of automation and digitalization in the industry. And we see also a lot of potential in Malaysia. Not only because they just recently published the new Industrial Master Plan 2030, which gives a good framework for further development, but also because Malaysia is a country which is quite well known as a production location for the electronics and semiconductor industry, for the plastic industry, and related industries. There a lot of multinationals are working, but also local companies in this ecosystem. And especially with this kind of products, you must have a high level of automation, a high level of experience and know-how how to deal with this quite, how to say, demanding clients worldwide. And Malaysia does this very well. We also see from the Austrian side there are coming in more and more investments, not only in the semiconductor industry, also in the electronics and electrical industry, in the field of plastic manufacturing, etc. So what I see really is it is a good moment in order to know more about Malaysia, more about this sectors and the potential, and also for sure the challenges we see. So I think I prefer to leave the next steps to those who know much more in depth about this sector, and I would like to hand over to my colleague Irfan Khairul. He is our key account manager for industry at Advantage Austria, the office of the Austrian Federal Economic Chamber in Kuala Lumpur. So please, Irfan, kindly hand over to you for the moderated discussion and introduction of the speakers.
Okay. Good morning again to our audience from Austria, and good evening to our guests in Malaysia and in the ASEAN region. Thank you again, Reinhard, for that wonderful introduction and for setting the tone for what promises to be a compelling session on our topic for today. So it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to our online panel discussion to unravel the complexities of the manufacturing industry in Malaysia. So today we have gathered a panel of distinguished experts, each a trailblazer in their respective fields, to provide us with profound insights into the automation and digital landscape in Malaysia. So before we delve into the heart of our discussion, allow me to introduce our speakers for today. So for the first panelist, we have Mr. Insinyur Johnson Tan, the President of Malaysia Automation Technology Association, or MATA, and the Vice President, Head of Sales Digital Industries at Siemens Malaysia. He has more than 25 years experience in automation and instrumentation industry. He has taken various roles and responsibilities in the area of DCS and SCADA programming, testing and commissioning, project engineering and management, system design and technical marketing. And he received his Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Controls from the University of Lincoln in the UK. And so for the second panelist, we have Mr. Technologist Ehsan Fahmi Aminuddin, who acts as a specialist in the R&D division at Sapura Technical Center, a subsidiary of Sapura Industrial Berhad in Malaysia with over 7 years of experience in developing and implementing in-house systems for IR 4.0 and IIoT applications for manufacturing, from hardware to software. So he received his master in electronics, systems and telecommunications from the University of Nice, Sophia Antipolis in France. And for our final speaker, we have Dr. Yap Kiat Sen, the area sales manager at SML Machinery Far East Sendirian Berhad, who has about 20 years of experience in the industry. And Dr. Yap received his Master of Science in Physics, Electronics, Radiation and Astrophysics, and PhD in Physics, Material Science, and both degrees from the University of Malaya. So each of our speakers brings a unique perspective and a wealth of experience that will undoubtedly enrich our understanding of today's topics. So now, without further ado, let's kick off this session with our first speaker. So Mr. Johnson Tan, the new Industrial Master Plan, NIMP 2030, places a significant emphasis on digitalization and automation. And from your perspective, what are the significant challenges Malaysia faces on its journey towards becoming a high-tech nation, and how does the government address the setbacks to drive the industry forward? Please, Mr. Johnson.
Okay, thanks, Irfan, and also thanks, Reinhard, for setting up the brief introduction. Okay, so guten Morgen to fellow members of the Austrian embassies and also the members of the Austrian embassies here in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, I'm Johnson Tan, actually the president of MATA, Malaysia Automation Technology Association, as well as the vice president in digital industry, Siemens Malaysia. So just a quick brief introduction. We have also been working with an Austrian company here in Malaysia called AT&S from a Siemens capacity as well perspective. Okay, so we are currently executing the job over there. So thank you very much for the Austrian investors for coming over to Malaysia. So this is indeed part of the whole NIMP program that it opens up a lot of job vacancies to the local employees here in Malaysia. Now, as we all speak about this this whole NIMP 2030. Okay, NIMP, or its name called New Industrial Master Plan, is actually industrial policy for the manufacturing industries, where it comprises of 4 missions, 4 enablers, 21 strategies, 62 action plans, 9 mission-based projects across the many sectors. To be honest, around about 21 sectors altogether. But what's the main visions of this NIMP 2030? Its main vision is actually to transform and rewire the core manufacturing capabilities to systematically reform key enablers for knowledge-based, digitally driven, sustainable, and inclusive economic growth. But to put things into perspective, in order for all these things to be successful, is also to create high-value job, prioritize investment that generate higher income and knowledge-based job. I think this is the priority for all of us as employees, like people like Irfan and myself, Ehsan and Dr. Yap, we as employees in the country. We aspire to be higher income employees, right? So naturally, makes a lot of sense that we can be able to do more for the country, and also we also encourage foreign direct investment to come over to Malaysia. So now, Malaysia is very much of a market where manufacturing of high value added activities. For example, we know that just now Reinhard was sharing about semiconductor and electronics, which is well known throughout the world. Yeah, so AT&S is just one of the example. We have also AMS Osram, we have Infineon, we have Micron, and many of these semiconductor and electronics companies also coming to Malaysia. So now what this whole thing is, NIMP 2030 is aspiring to do is to increase increase its overall contribution from 364.1 billion ringgit to round about 587.5 billion ringgit by 2030. That's approximately 61% increase, targeting in the key high impact sectors like E&E, electrical electronics industry, chemical, aerospace, pharmaceutical, and also advanced materials, mineral, and metal. So this, in a way, that what it's trying to do with this bold target is to create at least 3,000 smart factories by 2030. And this is an approach of enhancing the Industry 4.0, industry forward in the past, right? So now this new initiative is called NIMP 2030. So in principle, what actually changes here is to increase the technological adoption. This is where most of the local businesses or SME is struggling, the adoption of new technology. Now, a little bit on the pulse check. Yeah? In Malaysia, we are currently in the transitional phase between Industry 2.0 and Industry 3.0 in the entire landscape of Malaysia manufacturing plant. But it's also not correct to say that all of the manufacturing plant is still stuck in Industry 2.0 or Industry 3, because there are many advanced plants like we mentioned just now, like ATNS. Yeah, we have a great degree of automation over there. And in Infineon and all this, we have also great degree of automation. But there are quite a number of small and medium enterprises who are still struggling with the new technology of digitalization and automation. Okay, so overall, the digital adoption of SME is rather low. So based on statistical report, approximately 97% of the companies established in Malaysia are in the category of SMEs. And this is contributing to around about 11% of the national GDP. And 80% of these 97% companies that are in Malaysia established, they are still a little bit reluctant in taking up the automation and the digitalization technology. So this is really a big barrier for the whole nation to move forward towards this digitalization bandwagon. Okay, many of these local SME or businesses, why are they not jumping into this bandwagon? This could be due to a lot of criteria. One of it is they are unaware about how digitalization could improve their local operational efficiency and hence increase their productivity. And the other thing is about talent issues, talent shortages or skills mismatch. So how we actually look forward in terms of where businesses or companies in Australia can actually add value to this is perhaps bring forth what are things that's been working well in Austria over here to Malaysia, and at the same time, by doing this job creation, you can be able to also enhance the entire nation to move forward. So I see that this is a form of a win-win relationship between two countries and two businesses, because over here, as you know, Malaysia is actually one of the pivotal country that is producing semiconductor IC chips and electronics components for the entire world. So there is a lot of potential, and in terms of the infrastructure availability here, we do have a very good infrastructure that actually promises a lot of opportunities for foreign investors to come in. So I think that's the my take on the questions that's been raised by Erfahren moments ago. Yeah, Erfahren,
Okay.
back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Johnson, in terms of technological advancement and innovation, do you think Malaysia can compete with do you think Malaysia can compete globally with the current level and standard of automation in the country? And what opportunities do you see in Malaysia now from the launch of the NIMP 2030?
Okay, thanks Erfahren for a question. Now, to answer this as on a generic level for Malaysia, whether is it able to compete internationally or not, I think that is a little bit difficult to answer from a generic perspective. But I would say typically the level of automation from one industry to the next industry actually differs from one point to another, because it's also dependent on the technology adoption appetite of the key management in the respective businesses. For example, in the industry of semiconductor electronics, many of the manufacturers has long embarked into Industry 3.0, yeah, and are now working in Industry 4, where you speak about digital twin simulation as part and parcel of the building block in the entire engineering phase, including during construction. So the projects that I mentioned earlier on, like Infineon, Osram, and AT&S, where we as Siemens Malaysia, we are currently working on the project itself. We even speak about simulating the entire engineering effort prior to a physical deployment of the project. Okay, so there are key sectors, industries that already embark on this digitalization and embark on this high degree of automation. And then if you look into other industries like oil and gas, petrochemicals, or chemicals industry, where involve high degree of process complexities, more stringent technical requirements are in place, for example, at cybersecurity. So take a look at Petronas. There are actually a lot of high degree automation that's been deployed in Petronas plants across Malaysia and then maybe globally. And now they're looking towards, well, how can you protect unauthorized access into the plant itself? So cybersecurity measures is in place. You have safety life cycle in place, and also even hazardous zone design consideration on top of the highly available redundant system. And similar automation advancement is also being seen in other key sectors like water, food and beverage, pharmaceutical, like conforming to 21 CFR Part 11, edible oil or oleochemical industry. However, the level of automation complexity, technical specification requirements are differing from industry to industries. The 21 CFR Part 11 requirements is only applicable in the pharmaceutical and F&B, food and beverage, but not in the water industry or the oil and gas. So once again, we can't really determine whether which of these industries is having a better degree of technological adoption in terms of automation or digitalization. It's very much fall back to the management view of these businesses, where they want to be and what are they having right now. So this actually very much depending on the management themselves, where they want to go. But if we look into the pure SME perspective, as mentioned, about 97% of the companies in Malaysia are SME, and 80% of them have not even embarked towards digitalization or automation. Okay, now for you guys as foreigners, right? So there are many businesses across industry that are yet to embark on digitalization journey, but with this NIMP 2030 initiative, there are lots of opportunities, grants, and government incentive that will be able to assist the adoption of digitalization and innovation. For example, you have this SAG Madani, which stands for Madani's Smart Automation Grant, which was introduced under the Madani Economy Initiative back in August 2023. So under this grant, the government will allocate 100 million ringgit, where its main objective of this grant is to support and assist the SME industries to automate and digitalize their operations and production processes, enhancing productivity and efficiency in the manufacturing as well as the service sectors, and to create the employment opportunities of high value sectors. And of course, with all this together to simulate the domestic investment. So the Smart Automation Grant Madani will be provided also on a matching basis on the 70 to 30% based on eligible expenditures, of course, up to a maximum of 1 million ringgit per company. There are other key initiatives also, which includes like the SME Automation and Digitalization Facilities 2023, where Bank Negara Malaysia, means the National Bank of Malaysia, will continue to provide funds under the SME Automation and Digitalization Facilities, which was initially introduced back in 2021. The purpose of this fund is to allow Malaysian SME to purchase equipment, machineries, computer hardware, software, as well as IT solution services. So now you go, you have a possibility to sell your equipment, your machineries, your softwares to the SMEs, and telling the SMEs guy that there is such a grants available, that they can actually tap on it, and you are here to help with your machineries, computer, and softwares. Yeah. There are also about 1 billion ringgit to assist the SMEs to automate and digitalize their local business over here, which is actually regulated by the Bank Negara Malaysia, or in this case, Malaysia, the National Bank of Malaysia, yeah, to allow up to a financing up to about 4% per annum, up to a maximum of 10 years. So there are all this initiative or grants that is being pushed up by the government is here to assist these SME businesses to tap on this bandwagon, to jump on this bandwagon of digitalizing and automation, and where you guys as the foreign companies can easily come in either to assist them to start up the business or start up a company, or even to sell your respective software as IT solutions that can be able to help the local companies to embark on a journey forward. And when all this thing is being worked hand in hand in a good ecosystem, I believe that Malaysia as a country, we will be able to compete very well in the international arena. Yeah, back to you, Irfan.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Johnson, for the insightful sharing. According to Economic and Fiscal Outlook and Revenue Estimates Report 2023, Malaysia's manufacturing sector has been showing steady expansion, expanding by 8.1% in 2022, as rising global demand and growth in domestic industries further supported production activities. Despite such steady growth, many businesses in Malaysia have yet to fully leverage advanced technologies, with much work to be done to realize its full potential. And harnessing the power of automation could be the key to further growing the economy. So let's continue our discussion, focusing more on the digital landscape in Malaysia. So for our second speaker, Mr. Ehsan, can you provide an overview into how Malaysia is already integrating IR 4.0 technologies such as IoT, AI, and big data to drive digital transformation in manufacturing, and how digitally ready are Malaysian manufacturers to drive this industry forward? Please, Mr. Ehsan.
Okay, first of all, thank you to our moderator for extending the invitation to be a panel speaker for today's session. I want to express my appreciation for the opportunity and to contribute to the valuable discussion and insights for today. So I'm Ehsan Fahmi. I'm from Sapura Industrial Berhad, one of the manufacturers in automotive in Malaysia. So I'm in a different sector than Mr. Tan here. So he's from, I think, the electronic E&Es, and I'm from the automotive side. So I'm acting as a lead researcher in the IR4 department. So I'm mainly tasked to oversee the implementation of IR4 in our own company. So we are having in-house R&D research and development center, whereby we are equipped with over 20 personnel to cater for this industrial technology transformation. So to answer your question, Encik Irfan, Malaysia is actively embracing Industry 4.0 by integrating pillars from the IR4, such as IoT in our case, and also big data into the manufacturing processes through government initiatives, such as the national policy, the IR Forward. Currently, we have the NIMP 2030. So under the national policy IR Forward, we have also the readiness assessment, or the RA, which in the local policy, it's the local SMEs to do the self-assessments, whereby we also offer grants, schemes, and also low-interest financing. So Sapura Industrial Berhad, for example, we have obtained a support to enhance our factory with IoT equipments by purchasing and also using foreign equipments, thus increasing our own efficiency and the connectivity between the shop floors and also the office or our management, which in turns mark a significant change toward a smarter and interconnected manufacturing processes. So we are all aware that there are different pillars in Industry 4.0. Some might say there are 9 pillars, some might say there are 11 pillars. So the pillars acts only as a guidance to which technology to adapt. So for us, selecting the technology is very, very important for the cost benefit of the company, because in implementing the technologies, it will require some cost in our own cases. So in overall, the nation, we are committed to prepare our workforce for the Industry 4.0. So be it from the government agencies or private companies such as our own. So we believe, based on history, that the technology is always forever evolving, but at a faster rate each time. Take, for example, the first industrial revolution. It spans across over 120 years. The second one is around 70 years. The third one is 30 years. And the fourth one is ongoing. But we are expecting for a much, much faster pace. So we have entities like Selangor Human Resource Development Center, SHRDC. So the SHRDC has developed, I believe, a strategic partnership with the Swiss country through the Swiss Smart Factory, with aims on delivering hands-on experience and talents for the future of manufacturing. I myself am a graduate of such program in SHRDC, whereby I learned the IF4 technologies from them. So they have sent a few key personals to Swiss at first, and then they do some sort of collaboration, and then the technology transfer, and then they have opened up a lab, and it has developed over, I think, 2 or 3 labs currently. So they offer programs to, after that, teach the local talents, the local workforce here for the technology. And thus, me myself, like I said earlier, was one of the graduate. So I learned from these programs, and thereby I would able to implement in our own factory. So in other cases, we have also collaborative efforts between companies, not through government agencies. Like in Penang, we have an automation cluster between 3 companies. So we have these companies that are not solely relying on government initiative, because they understand that if they rely on government, it might not go far, because we need to always to have supports from the government. But we also have private industries that take their steps ahead of them, and thus they have created an automation cluster whereby they intend to do the ecosystem for manufacturing processes, integrating the IF4 technologies to become some sort of dark factory. In other from academic perspective, I think the TVET and university programs are tailored to meet the demands of Industry 4.0. In Sapra Industri Berhad, we have also collaborated with universities, local universities, in providing industrial insights to shape our future national education programs to include the relevant technical skills that are required afterwards in the processes of implementing technological transformation. So as for the how digitally ready the Malaysian manufacturers are, I agree with Mr. Johnson Tan that there are a lot to be discussed. The government, like I said earlier, provides a program called Readiness Assessment, or RA. It is a comprehensive program to help companies to assess their capabilities and readiness to adopt the Industry 4.0 technologies and processes. So this is very, very important to know at what stage the manufacturing company are digitally ready, because some company are very, very advanced, like in the E&E sector, they are very, very advanced. They have quite digitally technology ready, like in 2.0, 3.0. But our own, we are the automotive industry, so we are quite lacking in behind. So this assessment use a predetermined set of indicators to understand what their present capabilities are and their gaps. So this assessment will also be conducted by trained assessors, I believe, and to understand the readiness for Industry 4.0, and afterwards make recommendations on where to kickstart the Industry 4.0 transformation. Like I said earlier, this is a very, very highly debated topic. There are various sectors in Malaysia. The NE is always, I think, one further step ahead than us, and so on.
Okay. So, Mr. Ehsan, in the pursuit of high-tech industrialization, what challenges do manufacturers in Malaysia commonly face in adopting digital technologies, and how does Malaysia compare internationally in terms of digitalization in manufacturing in general? Please.
So, okay, thank you, Mr. Irfan, for the question. As we all know, IF4 is a journey. We always say that IF4 is a journey. So it's a long and arduous process, and thus proper planning has to be made in advance. But for me, in my opinion, it is very, very important to let the C levels, until the manager levels, until the executive and non-executive to know of these plans. Because at the end of the day, we might have a very, very good direction from our C levels, but the operators at the shop floor in the manufacturing, normally they are the ones that are using the technologies. So Malaysia manufacturer face challenges from financial perspective, adoption level, and other areas as well. But it really depends on the state of the companies themselves. We know that implementing such technologies require a certain amount of financial commitment and grants. and thus grants financing from government bodies is the processes. Machines in Malaysia are mostly made up of legacy machines, which are not IR4 ready. And thus, this added cost to the initial cost for IR4 implementation. So, government bodies such as MOSTI for the R&D, the MIDA, they are trying to cultivate local talents to localize such solutions to reduce upfront costs. But I believe that foreign solutions as well, they are benefit for us because they have already advanced system, and I think they are very wide known in the world, and also they are very how to say, a very complete solution in the ecosystem. We are still young, we are still learning. So technology requirements in different sectors require different adoptions. The E&E, they have different protocols, different machines. So automotive, we also have different kind of working style. So from the technical point of view, linking various technology is quite challenging for us. So that's why I would say that the ecosystem from the foreign companies, they are much better suited because they have a very advanced in this field. So we are trying to collaborate with our strategic partnership in overseas as well to do some sort of technological transformation and also to learn from them. Another point of view is that internally in Malaysia, I think we are experiencing a brain drain phenomenon whereby local talents are opting to work overseas to a more lucrative salary and opportunities in the foreign markets. As Mr. Tan also mentioned, the awareness is also an issue because it is always an ongoing process to help workforce to understand that embarking into IR4 is not actually to replace them, but instead upskilling them. Because sometimes the workforce, they are afraid to switch technologies. They are more comfortable with the older technologies because, I mean, why would anyone replace something that is not broken, right? But that is what we call the boiling frog syndrome. As for how Malaysia compares internationally in terms of digitalization in manufacturing, I'm quoting from an article that I've read way back in April 2023 by an MBOT, which stands for the Malaysian Board of Technologies. Oh, by the way, MBOT is primarily focused in giving recognitions to technologists and technicians in related technologies. So as I mentioned, that the spokesperson said, compared to other Asian countries, Malaysia is moving rapidly towards 4.0 industry technology with a high adoption rate of advanced technology solutions. According to a recent study by the United Nations Development Programme, Malaysia ranks 27th in the world in terms of technological readiness, making it one of the most technological advanced country in the Southeast Asia. So what I want to say is that this shows that Malaysia is always gearing up for technological advancement, and thus if you want to like promote your products or ecosystems, we are I would say the leading country in Asia for this task. So to enhance the efficiency of the processes, Malaysia government has also implemented various measures to support the advancements of IR4 technology. The initiative like from the establishment of MDEC, for example, the Malaysia Digital Economic Corporation, with the task to propel the national digital economy. Also, we have the NIMP 2023 to formulate the strategy to expedite the integration of Industry 4.0 across diverse sectors. We also have like the Digital Free Trade Zone, the FTZ, to aim to equip the workers with necessary skills for the digital economy. So, to conclude, as we are still young and constantly learning, we always refer to other countries for new technological development. From time to time, the government, such as MPC or Malaysia Productivity Center, or corporate bodies themselves will organize trips to other countries to visit factories, to facilities, to see first-hand experience on the application of technology. Last year, the MPC has organized a trip to Taiwan, for example, to see the smart factory over there. So we also seek partnership to enhance our innovation, to extend our capabilities, and also to foster our growth. So external investment are highly sought after because in a recent talk show by our late Minister Khairi Jamaluddin, he said that Malaysia is actually like the Germany of the Asia, because we have these very young talents. that are highly skilled in technical expertise but are currently undersold. So external investments such as opening new industries or factories that they could really make use of these local talents and prosper our economy, like Mr. Johnson Tan has said earlier. Okay, back to you, Mr. Irfan.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Ihsan, for your valuable insights on the topic. So as we move forward, for all our audience from Austria or from the region, you may share your thoughts and questions in the chat box, and we will address them during the Q&A session. Okay. So please, you can just write your questions beforehand before we move forward to the Q&A session. So now let's move into our final session for today. So Dr. Yap, how does the current manufacturing climate in Malaysia, particularly in the high-tech sector, compare to other countries in the region? And what opportunities and challenges does this present for foreign companies like SML? Please, Dr. Yap.
Thank you, Mr. Irfan. Good morning to all the Australian participants and good afternoon to all the Asian participants. Firstly, we would like to express our gratitude to the Australian Foreign Trade Center Kuala Lumpur to extend the invitation. We are happy to have the opportunity to discuss with you Malaysia's transformation into a high-tech nation, challenges and opportunities with you. My name is Yap Kesen, the Area Sales Manager of SML Machinery Far East in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Allow me to provide a short introduction to our company SML. Our company has begun its operation as a plastic machinery division of Denzing AG in year 1967. In year 1995, this division was bought over by the family-owned company Starlinger, and thus leading to the start of the private-owned company SML. Currently, SML headquarters is located in Rotherham, Upper Austria, halfway between the city of Salzburg and Linz. With the great support of approximately 320 skilled workers and 4 branch offices in Malaysia, USA, China, and Russia, and with more than 45 agents worldwide, SML have achieved a record revenue of euro 190 million this year. Our Malaysia branch office, SML Machinery Far East, Sdn Bhd, started our business activity at Petaling Jaya, Selangor since year 1996. Currently, under leadership of Mr. Gerard Ausweiger, we have approximately 10 employees under our office payroll, and we are taking care of all the SML customers in the Asia Pacific region, from Japan, South Korea, Southeast Asia down to Australia and New Zealand. SML have concentrated our efforts on the development of core extrusion plastic cast line. Our product range are cast film lines such as stretch film line, CVP line, hygiene line, barrier film line. We also have a sheet line such as PT, PP, and PS sheet line, extrusion, coating, and laminating line, multi-filament spinning line, and sometimes we do sell separately our winder. We supply custom-made extrusion line that offer concept to assist customer in realizing their product requirement. All SML line provide reliability to our customer, which include compact design of the minimum space, less manpower requirement, easy handling, and user-friendly, compliant with CE safety regulations. We only use high-quality components, and with energy-saving extrusion technology, all our line is suitable for smart and for small and large lot of productions, and surely our line actually is quite affordable. So now let's refocus our attention to Malaysia region. Currently, SML has approximately 50 production lines in Malaysia. So in terms of technology transformation and progress in Malaysia, we can say that SML have witnessed the evolution of all our production line technology from analog control semi-automatic winder rewinder to the current fully automated control system, automatic features such as automatic dosing system, auto die control, die tackling system, auto mapping, auto winder, auto roll handling system. From our perspective and observation of all the Malaysian customers over the past 30 years, we note that about their excellent ability to adopt new technology. SML somehow play our role in transforming the plastic industry in Malaysia, and we remain committed to assist and sharing the latest technology and know-how to the Malaysians. Allow me to share some case study and history. Since year 1992, SML has installed the first PT sheet line in Asia country at a company in Rawang, which mark a success PT thermoforming sheet production in this region. And until today, the line actually still continue to operation in production until today. In year 2010, SML has introduced our first eco-compact design stretch film line, also in this region, also in Malaysia. The new line machine concept has a lower footprint, which reflects our dedication to the eco-friendly practice. In year 2011, Malaysia has another significant milestone. We have installed the first high-speed extruder of PP production sheet line in Malaysia. This 75 mm high-speed extruder not only saves energy and space, but also have an impressive output of 1,200 kg per hour. In the year 2013, Malaysia also among the first buyer in the world, which brought a newly SML design extrusion coating and laminating line called FlexPack. This line was installed in a Japanese company in Pasir Gudang. Malaysia also among the first who bought a new design of wider 4004S, which can produce hand roll, machine roll, jumbo roll stretch film in one machine in year 2013 to a Japanese customer in Senai. And subsequently, this new design winder have been accepted worldwide. Okay, in year 2020, even though we face unique challenge worldwide, but somehow we are able to sell and install the worldwide most advanced 67 nano-layer stretch film line in Malaysia at Pulau Indah, and subsequently the other two lines in Batu Pahat, Malaysia. This once again demonstrating the innovation of Malaysian spirit even during the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic situation. Another example is our commitment to the automation reached another new high in middle of this year with the installation of world's first fully automatic robotic stretch film plant in Shah Alam, showcasing our dedication to advancing technology in Malaysia. This plant has ability to use very minimum manpower, start from the raw material, hand roll products, until the pelletizing process. With all the above case study, we want to highlight that all our Malaysian customers not only embrace new technology, but they are also open to learning and exchange information. For instance, before COVID-19, almost every year, our Malaysia customer always friendly to allow visitor and potential SML customer from China, Korea, Japan to visit their plant to see our SML line in production as a reference line. Additional to that, we understand that the success of our customer business is significant depends on the optimization of the production quality and low production cost. Hence, in year 2019, SML introduced our own Industry 4.0 data system called Bitwise. This system offers a wide range of new opportunity for data-driven decision with a clear focus on the optimization of production process and the final product. Currently, all SML execution lines are equipped with hundreds of data generating sensors, following the principle of stop guessing, start knowing, bitwise correct, record and visualize this data up to 10 times per second. This provides plastic manufacturer with 360-degree in-depth view to all the data involved in the processing, both in the present and in the past. Generally, our Industry 4.0 system help our customer maximize their production output, increase overall line utilizations, deliver a faster return on investment, prevent downtime and human error, also provide access to our engineer service support. This system also can monitor and reporting energy and raw material consumption. Nevertheless, generally, the Industry 4.0 opportunity of SML line in Malaysia are not fully utilized yet. Since the internal network system of our customer are somehow not prepared for this opportunity. Only a few of Malaysia customers who have our bitwise system has already connected to their existing company network system for automation application, such as material storage and purchasing, machine self-diagnose, and so on. As our bitwise system has an ability to also generate unique QR code to enable the product tracking and trace process, some of our customers have started also using this feature, especially when they face some complaint from their overseas customer. For example, if our customer get a product complaint from the batch of April this year, their customer can send the QR code to our customer to trace what was the production condition at that time to understand what had happened. Hence, this proven that our bitwise system can be very helpful to our customer. And we would like to highlight that as we understand our machine in this region is getting more and more advanced and high tech, in the past few years, we have stationed about 6 service engineers, 3 Austrian guys and 3 local Malaysian at our KO office, who can provide the instant and prompt service to our customer, including the Industry 4.0 solutions. Coming back to your question concerning the current situation in Malaysia, we can see Malaysia now face competition with neighboring countries. We face strong competition from neighboring Southeast countries such as Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam. Each country offers their own incentive advantage for all the foreign investors. But somehow Malaysia has a relatively more highly skilled worker, particularly in the field related to technology and engineering. This makes Malaysia an attractive destination for high-tech manufacturing place. For instance, our fully automated robotic plant in Shah Alam requires skilled engineers for optimization, performance, and process. It can hardly be achieved if this plant is placed in other Asian countries, even with a relatively low cost. Besides that, another special advantage of Malaysian is we can at least speak 2 to 5 languages, English, Bahasa Melayu, Mandarin, or Indian. This unique soft skill make Malaysian a special place also to attract more foreign investment. Malaysia location in Southeast Asia provides strategy advantage for company who looking for building a center hub headquarters in this region, like SML. Malaysia have a relatively near to all major markets in Asia, hence it's more easy with logistics and distributions. Malaysia also has maintained a high level of economic stability, which is crucial for the high-tech sector, where the long-term investment are common. For example, we have also an upcoming investment from China who will invest 4 high-output PET cleaning line from SML in Banteng, Selangor next year. This decision was made partly due to the stable economic situation in Malaysia. Besides that, Malaysia has also a lot of very supportive and informative NGO from various businesses. For instance, in plastic industry, we have MPMA, who always be there to provide help to all their members to serve as a bridge to connect between the industry player with the government. Nevertheless, despite all the advantage above, we note that Malaysia faced issue with the rising labor costs, which impact overall manufacturing costs and become less competitive. Basic salary has been adjusted few times in the recent year, which have given a lot of pressure to some of the SME company. Secondly, Malaysia's economy is more towards export driven. So this is very sensitive to the global economic condition, where it causes challenges for all the sector. Any economy uncertainty and downturn in major market will affecting the demand of our customer production. Anyhow, we want to conclude that Malaysians always show a willingness to adopt new technology, particularly in response to global industry trend. The government has also expressed interest in innovation and digitalization transformation. However, the pace of adoption can be vary across the industry and therefore may need a continuous effort to encourage the integration of advanced technology. Thank you.
Okay, so Dr. Yap, in your experience, how would you describe the regulatory environment in Malaysia for high-tech industries? And what adjustments of improvements would you recommend to foster a more conducive business environment? Please.
Okay. Thank you. The Malaysian government has constantly demonstrating support for high-tech industry by implement initiative to foster the growth of the industry. Malaysian government is very proactive in attracting foreign direct investment and local company investment, where government continue to implement policy and initiatives such as incentive or grant. For example, we can see our current new government Madani under leadership of Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim. More and more partnership between the Malaysia and other countries have been built. Our Prime Minister have visited several many countries since he took over the office 1 year ago to countries like China, USA, Singapore to have more quality meeting with some high-profile high-tech company like Microsoft, Google, and Tesla. For instance, just recently, China has announced that they have allowed citizens for 6 countries, including Malaysia, has been granted to visit Malaysia without any visa for 15 days since 1st of December this year. So currently, Malaysia is the only few countries in Asia that have been granted these privileges. And this shows that our government efforts actually bring some good results. Nevertheless, despite the supportive policy, challenges regarding the bureaucratic process may be still faced by a lot of businesses in Malaysia. Sometimes some legal process may lag behind technology advancement, presenting challenges for the businesses. For example, we have some customer in rural area forced to wait sometime up to 24 months to just get approval to upgrade their electrical capacity and infrastructure, which has caused a delay on their initiative investment planning. 24 months is actually very long time because the market trend, market landscape may change within few months, especially those in high-tech industry. Hence, personally, I have the following recommendation for improvement. First, simplify and streamline legal process to reduce bureaucratic and make it easy for high-tech business to operate. Public and private partnership can also play a crucial role in aligning government policy with industry needs. Second, government can also offer attractive investment incentive to encourage foreign and domestic investment in high-tech industry. We know that 97% of Malaysia industry is mainly SME size company. Government can encourage small company to also involve in R&D by themselves. Some grant can be allocated for them to have their intellectual property or patent to protect their ownership of their innovation. We know currently 80% of the R&D research in Malaysia is still very dependent on the public university, where sometimes this research is not market-driven and hardly can be commercialized. Hence, cooperation between the private sector and public university may synergize a better result. Malaysia also should continue to invest in education and training program to ensure a skilled workforce capable to contribute to high-tech industry, to give confidence to the investor to come to Malaysia. For long-term plan, Malaysia may aim to encourage more young individuals to pursue their education, specialize in high-tech innovation technology and latest engineering skill. Government can offer more upskilling and reskilling program to all the graduate and talented individuals. Malaysia should also invest more in the necessary infrastructure, such as reliable and high-speed internet connection to support the growth of high-tech industry, especially also in the rural area. In conclusion, our message for the Austrian and European community, we want to emphasize that Malaysia is a very exciting country to invest or to have business with. Because of the potential and the talent group we have, location-wise, Malaysia can serve as a hub of your business in Asia Pacific, Southeast Asia region, in line with your innovation, because Malaysia really has such capability and technology in many fields. Hence, in short, should you consider to have any investment in new plastic line in Malaysia or in any part of the world in the future, please do not hesitate to contact SML. We are committed to support you and help you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Yap, for your sharing. And I believe we have gained a lot of new information for today's session. So as we transition into our Q&A session, I encourage our audience to submit their questions in the chat box if you have any. And since our speakers, I think, are ready to address your inquiries and share their expertise. So first question, I would like to address this to Mr. Tan. I think that would suit the question. In which sectors and for which technologies you see the most promising opportunities in Malaysia?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Yeah. I mean, typically in Malaysia, I think a lot of people see that Malaysia is one of the key supply chain when it comes to semiconductor and electronics. And if you look towards the up north of Peninsular Malaysia, that's where Kulim is, the high-tech park, high-tech industrial park. You see a lot of electronics semiconductor industry. So I see that since the infrastructure is already there, the most promising industry right now, and also with the growth of EV cars, you see lots of EV cars being manufactured. Slowly, it's going to take place, and more and more people are looking towards the diagnostics perspective, the enhancement of your IT AI capability. So therefore, the focus of semiconductor and electronics would indeed be very promising in Malaysia. So I typically see that as a good industry of focus. One. Number two, that can be also in terms of like we say that there are rural areas that are still lacking of technology, and a lot of this rural area they are not very much communicated in terms of IT infrastructure or the backbone of IT. So therefore, making them a little bit lag back when we want to go for digitalization adoption. So in that area, I think communications, telecommunication industry will be important. And number three, I think the other industry that people can actually look at is recycling. Because recycling, you can look into like how can you turn waste to energy or waste to some other recycled products. This is where a lot of the developed countries is looking towards the SDG goals, right? The Sustainable Development Goals. So I think these are the three main industries that people can actually look forward to.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Tan. And also another question. I think for Mr. Ehsan Fahmi, how big do you see the share and opportunities for software and embedded software development in Malaysia? Please, in short, maybe you can answer this.
Okay, thank you, Encik Khairul. So I think there is a big share and opportunities for the software and embedded software development in Malaysia, because for the local talents, we have the local talents that are highly capable in the industry of telecommunications and also technology. And afterwards, we also have the government initiatives to apply the e-invoicing, whereby all the enterprise in Malaysia are required to submit the invoices to the central system provided by the state. So e-invoicing is actually has been implemented by Indonesia for almost over 3 years, I think. Malaysia has just starting it. So there are opportunities over there to apply some sort of software that could be linked with the office onto enterprise internal system, in-house system to the central system by the government. And afterwards, I think most of the companies in Malaysia, they are kind of have the on-premise servers currently, and they are looking into the migration of their on-premise server to the cloud solutions. So the software of migration is also an opportunity, I would say. And yeah, I think in short, there are a lot of shares and opportunities in that area.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Ehsan. I think that's all for our Q&A session, and because we are running out of time, and I would like to share about our events for next year to our audience. So you can see my screen, right, for the Outlook to Future event 2024. Okay, so to all our Austrian members, for next year, we're going to organize an Austrian pavilion at Metal Tech and Automats, the exhibition and congress for machine tools, metalworking, and automation technology at MyTech Kuala Lumpur. So it will be held on 15th of May until 18th of May 2024. And since this is the Malaysia's largest manufacturing exhibition for metalworking, machinery, robotics, and automation, we highly recommend most Austrian companies in these sectors to participate and join our pavilion, because it will feature over 1,500 local and international companies from various industries. And also, there are very diverse exhibitors profile in the trade fair. So companies such as machine tool and metalworking, laser cutting, drilling machine companies, metal cutting, robot welding, precision metrology, industrial hardware and supplies, tools and tooling such as die casting, molding, are all invited to participate in this exhibition. And also, just to share with our Austrian members, there are a lot of key visitors, industry profile that you will meet at the show. So visitors from automation manufacturing industry, metal parts and components manufacturing, E&E, machining services, and especially mold and manufacturing, and many more are all going to be there. So it's a very exciting trade shows in the region. So I think if you are interested to join, if you have any more questions related to this event, you can send us an email. You can see from the screen, Kuala Lumpur at wko.at. So you can drop us an email and we will answer your email shortly. So we can we can collect all the participants for our pavilion really soon. So the deadline will be by the end of January 2024. So you still have time to discuss among your company, and then we really look forward to your participation. So I think that's all for our today's session. I thank all our speakers for accepting our invitation to speak in this really engaging discussion. And to all our Austrian members, thank you so much for participating. I think it's really early in the morning, and your time to join our discussion is really appreciated. And I think that's all from me. I will hand it over to Mr. Reinhardt, please.
Thank you very much, Joe. I also want to say thank you to our speakers and to all the participants. What I also would like to stress, if you have any other questions, please let us know. You know our email address, kualalumpur@wko.it. We would be more than happy in order to support you further for any questions you might have in your mind and you do not want to share in the chat. Or if you have any other issues, please let us know. We are here for you in order to support you. Thank you very much, and have still a pleasant day ahead. All the best. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.